Hi, everyone. Welcome back to God's Whispers, a place where we take the time to pause and reflect on the word of the Lord. They heard that Jesus was alive, and they didn't believe it. It had to have been such a surreal experience, feeling the trauma of the crucifixion, and then now hearing that Jesus is alive and walking around. He appears first to Mary Magdalene. She tells them all, and they obviously don't believe her. He appears to other people, and they still don't believe. Obviously, women in that time period wasn't highly valued, so their doubt reflected their culture. But even with evidence, they hesitated. Jesus appeared and then calls out their disbelief. Sometimes, I guess it's just not even the lack of evidence, but it's just too hard to understand. According to the Gospel, according to Mark, in chapter 16, verses 9 through 15, it says that he appeared first to Mary Magdalene and had driven out 7 of her demons. She went and told his companions who were mourning and weeping, but they obviously didn't believe her. Then he appeared in another way, walking with 2 of his disciples along the way to the country. They returned and told others, and they didn't believe either. But then later, when 11 of the disciples were at the table, he appeared to them and kind of was saying, like, what do you mean you don't believe me? And was focusing on their hardness of heart, because they had not believed those who had saw him after he had been raised. And he said to them, go into the world and proclaim the gospel to every creature. So sometimes the doubt is not necessarily the lack of evidence, but maybe it's fear of, what does it mean if this is really true? So, journal prompts that will go along with this passage for further prayer and reflection would be, where do you struggle to believe, even when you want to? And what holds you back from fully trusting? And how do you respond to that uncertainty? And then finally, what would it look like to have faith in the current state of your life that it's in right now? Even after everything that they've been through, do you still struggle, to believe like the apostles did? Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. Have a discussion with a friend, but don't forget to subscribe so you can continue to hear God's Whispers.